One of the great collections of books that we have here at the Eastside Freedom Library was given to us for safekeeping and accessibility to the public by the Japanese American Citizens League. Now, the Twin Cities Japanese American Citizens League actually dates back to the 1920s, even though a lot of awareness about them and their work focus on the World War II incarceration of over 170,000 Japanese Americans. And that is well documented in their collection, but there's also a lot of other material that they've shared with us that we can share with you. For instance, we have Gary Kawaguchi's Tracing Our Japanese Roots, a great book for young readers to tell them the history of Japanese immigrants to the U.S. and generation after generation of Japanese Americans. We also have this very solid Japanese American history, an A to Z reference book, great particularly for young people who might be doing History Day projects. We have a couple of really remarkable books about the experience of Japanese Americans during World War II. We have Toyoko Yamasaki's Two Homelands, which is a memoir, and we have the very important book, A Principled Stand, the story of Hirabayashi versus the United States by Gordon Hirabayashi. This was one of the most important legal cases suing against the incarceration of Japanese Americans, and the remarkable stand that this individual took. And then, for those of us who are teachers and are working with kids, whether we're working with them on National History Day projects or regular U.S. history classes, there's this wonderful educator resource notebook, Manzanar, the National Historic Site. That is Manzanar, which was one of the major internment camps where Japanese Americans were held, has now been turned into a historic site with educational tools. And we have a teacher's guide, Stand Up for Justice, the Ralph Lazo story, a co-production of Nikkei for Civil Rights and Redress, and Visual Communications. These are great resources for many kinds of projects. For instance, here at the Eastside Freedom Library, we've been able to work at the intersection of the Japanese American experience, particularly the campaign for redress that was successful in the late 20th century, the intersection of those experiences and ideas with the experiences of African Americans who have been calling for reparations for slavery and centuries of racial discrimination. So come join us at the Eastside Freedom Library, whether you are a young reader, whether you are an educator, whether you are an activist. The books of the Twin Cities Japanese American Citizens League provide a great resource to you. Look forward to seeing you.